Let's talk about something that sounds like a wellness success story but often turns into a biochemical horror film: micronutrients. Yes, those tiny, essential compounds you read about on supplement bottles and health blogs, the B vitamins, the A's and E's, the trace minerals that allegedly hold the keys to immortality and the ability to digest kale without regret. They are indeed vital, but in our obsession with optimization, a strange paradox has emerged. The very nutrients that are supposed to help us can turn on us if we get too enthusiastic. So buckle up and maybe put that multivitamin back in the drawer, at least until we've talked. You see, somewhere along the road between nutritional science and supplement marketing, we stopped asking a very important question: how much is too much? There's a dangerous optimism baked into modern wellness culture that tells us if something is good in small doses, it must be amazing in large ones. Unfortunately, your liver, kidneys, and cardiovascular system have not signed off on that logic. They're quietly doing damage control while you toss back your fifth capsule of the day like it's a tic-tac of eternal youth. Let's take vitamin A, for example. In moderate amounts, it's crucial for vision, immune function, and reproduction. Too little, and you could end up with night blindness and a weakened immune system. But too much? That's when things get spicy in the worst possible way. A chronic overconsumption of vitamin A, especially in the form of supplements rather than food, can lead to liver toxicity, birth defects, and even a charming little condition called intracranial hypertension, where your brain feels like it's being inflated like a beach ball.
Fun, right?
Vitamin E is another darling of the wellness world, hailed for its antioxidant properties and beauty benefits. But in large doses, it may act more like a pro-oxidant, especially in people with underlying conditions. Translation? Instead of fighting inflammation, it may start fueling it. Excess vitamin E supplementation has been linked with increased risk of hemorrhagic stroke, not exactly the glowing skin and longevity combo the bottle promised. One study even showed that high-dose vitamin E supplementation in older men increased the risk of prostate cancer. Not quite the anti-aging benefit we were going for. Then there's vitamin B3, also known as niacin. It lowers cholesterol. It boosts brain function. It gives you that famous red flush that makes you feel like your face has just been tasered by the sun. But high doses of niacin, especially in long-acting forms, can cause liver damage, insulin resistance, and even elevate uric acid levels, increasing the risk of gout, a disease best known for afflicting 18th-century aristocrats with a fondness for port wine and rich meats. In other words, you might end up getting lifestyle diseases from a lifestyle supplement. The problem is amplified by the fact that many of these nutrients don't just come from supplements. They also show up in fortified foods, energy drinks, protein powders, and even that sneaky superfood trail mix you pretend is healthy while watching TV. Before you know it, you're not just meeting your daily recommended intake, you're tripling it, and your organs are organizing a quiet protest. This brings us to the nutritional paradox at the heart of modern health confusion. More of a good thing is not necessarily better. In fact, more can be harmful, and balanced is the real MVP. The human body didn't evolve to deal with megadoses of isolated compounds, but with a complex, balanced intake of nutrients from food, real food, with fiber, cofactors, and yes, the occasional unpronounceable phytochemical. Yet many people approach health with a pharmaceutical mindset. Identify the problem, find the magic bullet, repeat. Feeling tired? Must be low in B12, take 1000% of your RDA. Skin breaking out? Megadose zinc. Immune system acting up? Smash some vitamin C and D like you're preparing for war. But this approach often backfires. Instead of correcting deficiencies, we create new imbalances. Instead of reducing inflammation, we increase oxidative stress. It's like trying to fix a wobbly table by replacing all the legs with rocket launchers. So what should you do instead? First breathe. Then eat a vegetable. The truth is, micronutrient needs are best met through a diverse and balanced diet. Think of it like a symphony, each nutrient playing its part in harmony, rather than one rogue trumpet blaring in your ear while the rest of the orchestra quietly expires. Foods offer nutrients in a context your body understands. Supplements, on the other hand, are like demanding guests who crash the party, eat all the hors d'oeuvres, and then insult your mitochondria on the way out. Of course, there are situations where supplementation is beneficial: pregnancy, vegan diets, certain medical conditions. But the key word is targeted supplementation. not throwing the entire contents of a health food store into your morning smoothie and hoping for the best. Get your levels tested. Talk to a professional. Understand that your body's needs are dynamic and context-specific, not static numbers you can blindly exceed in pursuit of peak performance. In the end, it's not about demonizing supplements or worshiping them. It's about respect. Respect for the complexity of the human body. Respect for balance. And maybe, just maybe, respect for the humble broccoli, which contains fiber, folate, vitamin K, and zero risk of turning your liver into a bitter, resentful mess. Because if there's one thing nutrition teaches us over and over again, it's that the best outcomes come not from extremes, but from moderation, variety, and yes, sometimes putting the supplement bottle down and eating an actual meal. And if you insist on taking 10 pills a day anyway, don't be surprised when your peak glows like a radioactive highlighter and your kidneys file for divorce. You've been warned, colorfully.